Welcome back to Tom Dave's Live. Today we have Tobias DeCremer. Tobias, how are you today?
Tom, I'm doing pretty good, although I can say I'm probably not as well as you on the slopes up in Tahoe or wherever you were at the other day. That was a nice video you did.
Awesome. Well, great. Well, thanks for jumping on here. So, first of all, if you could share with our viewers, tell us a little bit about yourself.
I'd like to start with my family, Tom. I come from a very large family. I have actually five brothers and sisters. They all have children of their own. I'm actually the only childless person. And unless you count my fur babies, because I do have a border collie and a tuxedo cat that I absolutely love. But I do have 15 nieces and nephews. And I'm now officially a great uncle, which I adore because I just love children. And it gives me that unique perspective when I'm talking to customers, clients, that I can, meet with families, or I can meet with just about anybody and understand a single person, a parent, talk to children, because I absolutely just adore, people in general. But with my family, we were I'll say all but one, raised in Southern California. We were all born in Los Angeles. We lived in Huntington Beach for quite a long time. My family uprooted to Reno, Nevada when I was 5. And the youngest of the family was born in actually Reno. And I lived there till I was about 21, moved to Sacramento at that point in time of my life, and immediately jumped into a career of hospitality. And I absolutely loved it. I started working at the bottom and worked my way up, worked into an assistant general manager position at about 25. Was an AGM for 3 years. I became regional right after that as a regional support manager for 67 hotels. I did that for a couple of years of my life, and then I stepped into a general manager role, and I did general manager for hotels for several years up until about last year, and stepped into real estate at that point in time.
Wow, that's awesome. Well, let me ask you, do you think that your large family and your upbringing helped you with your success? I mean, what do you attribute your success? You became very successful at a young age.
Well, yeah, you have to imagine with my family, as close as we all were, we had such different dynamics. And when you're dealing with the different dynamics of so many different people growing up, you learn how to deal with the different characters and the different types of personalities amongst the public. So it gave me a different edge when I was in customer service. I was able to meet different types of people and understand them and have that empathy. That is something that I feel like certain people do lack. They don't understand how to get into another person's shoes and deal with what they're going through. So that is an edge I do feel I have based on the amount of people I grew up with.
Absolutely. Well, I can see that for sure. Well, let's hear your real estate story. What inspired you to get into real estate in the first place?
Well, and it's funny because I actually loved my career in hospitality. I loved my hotel job, and I worked for a very great management company and had wonderful owners. I was with Intermountain Management, and COVID hit, and I'm sure people hear that a lot. COVID hit. COVID, altered the industry quite a bit. And when I was going through that phase in my life, I'm in my 40s now, and I really, Tom, wanted to take a chance on myself, and I think, COVID made people reflect, I think, on their lives a lot. And as much as I love the industry and I will never take anything back about it, it does require a lot out of you, and it requires a lot out of your time. And real estate does as well, in different ways. But I felt it was time to do something for myself, in essence, try to become somewhat of your own boss, and learn to be successful on my own.
Wow. Well, that's awesome. And we're so happy that you joined eXp Realty and the Tom Daves team. You could have joined any brokerage. What inspired you to join eXp Realty and the Tom Daves team?
Well, obviously, as you know, I have a very dear friend who works here at eXp, Tom Daves. That was one of the reasons. But The biggest reason in researching, your company is it mirrors a lot of my past. Tom Dave's EXP has all these tools, resources, procedures, policies that are in place that help you to grow. And this is what I was used to in my past. You work in management for 15 years, and you need all these tools and resources, because without them, how are you going to succeed? So in doing so, I feel like I made the perfect choice for me.
Wow, well, that's awesome. And so, what I've seen so far, you have the four ingredients to succeed. Number one is knowledge. Number two is skills. Number three is habits. And then number four is attitude. So, I really appreciate that. And so, we're excited you joined eXp Realty, the Tom Dave's team. So, Tobias, if someone wants to reach out and get a hold of you, what's the best way?
The best way is, first of all, my phone number, 916-410-7619. You can text or call me at any time. Also, tobias.decremer@gmail.com. And it's coming up at the bottom there for all of you to read.
Awesome. Well, hey, Tobias, welcome on board. We're so happy. If any of you have any questions, feel free to reach out to either Tobias or myself, and we're here to serve. Thanks again.
Thank you, Tom, so much for having me.
Thank you. See you later. Bye now.